So everyone, for the sake of time, we're going to go ahead and get started. And if you miss anything or if anyone joins late, this will be recorded, as you could just hear the automated lady say. So thank you for joining and taking the time to learn more about the MyCoinvest platform in our community. We have a great internal team who help us put this together, and you can find them either on our website or interact with them on our many social accounts, which we'll get into a little bit later. The main goal here today is to get you educated and involved. This will be the first of many trainings and informational sessions we'll put on to help grow our network and to inform everyone invested and interested in our platform. We know a lot of you all may be vetted crypto users, so if you need any deeper technical dives, we can set that up after this presentation. This one is really geared towards those beginner crypto enthusiasts, and with that being said, we'll get into what MyCoinvest is, how we operate, and how you can get involved. So we're designing this ecosystem based on user experience. With that being said, everything from the UI, UX design to the actual platform performance and development echoes everything you'll hear throughout this presentation, which is we're trying to make this a very intuitive process for the end user, making it as easy as possible for them to go on their individual savings journeys. So MyCoinvest is an easy-to-use, low-risk savings platform that allows people to conveniently and safely invest in crypto assets while helping them reach their financial goals. We are truly an investment company working to perfect a life-changing financial solution. So we take your spare change, invest it for you, and this results in annual returns of up to 15%. This is all based on an automated blockchain-based savings ecosystem. And being blockchain-based really ensures security on an entirely different level and the ability to continuously innovate and automate to make our users' lives easier. And we'll get into this a little later as well, but our ecosystem allows users to grow wealth, achieve goals, and exchange value with other users. So why does this matter? Well, according to George Washington School of Business, only 24% of millennials demonstrate basic financial literacy, which is sad. But many of us are in that 24%, and I honestly consider myself a pretty good saver, but sometimes I struggle managing my investment portfolio or taking the time to pursue platforms and activities that result in short-term and long-term yields. Most people aren't even aware of the portfolios or the advantages of having them or don't care, and because people aren't aware of the many ways they can make income residually or actively, they live beneath the poverty line. So their savings are working for someone else instead of working for them. A traditional savings account usually yields 0.06 annual percentage yield, and that compared to the up to 15% I referenced on the previous slide, that's definitely unacceptable because how our interconnected global economy is moving towards the future, the only way to really be a part of these new technological advances is to get involved with a system and a platform like MyCoinvest. So with that being said, I'm going to just quickly show you guys a video that really elaborates on our savings ecosystem, and then we'll do a quick recap.
Welcome to MyCoinvest, a NEM-powered savings ecosystem. Come join me as I walk you through how our ecosystem seemingly works together. Our ecosystem is divided into three main functionalities: your smart savings wallet, the Vestcoin network, and the Vestclub marketplace. With their savings smart wallets, users will be able to set automated saving strategies as they collect funds towards their short-term goals. Simultaneously, while users wait for goal amounts to be met, our platform will make daily interest payments to their funds, decreasing the average time it takes to meet their financial goals. Along with the automated savings, users will be able to monetize their personal networks through what we call the Vestcoin network. Users will be able to gain weekly bonuses based off their direct recruiting and interaction with peers in their network. You can think of this as our engine for growth as we look to expand our savings solution globally. I know that was a lot, but we're just getting to the most exciting part of our ecosystem. Once a user has saved enough for their goals, this is where our savings on demand kicks in. If desired, users will be able to fulfill their goals directly through our exchange, the Vestclub marketplace. Let's pick a goal, something simple, like a bike. From here, a saver will be able to demand their purchasing price and website of where the bike should be purchased at. From here, our system will convert their saved fiat into our Vestcoin, CVZ, and package their order to be listed on our exchange based off of peer-to-peer competitiveness. Once at the marketplace, users from different rewards platforms will be able to buy your requested bike for you in exchange for using their rewards points for your Vestcoin, allowing you to become one happy saver. Our simple yet revolutionary peer-to-peer savings ecosystem will not only allow users to set goals and save money through our blockchain fulfillment process, but also allow for the redeemer to have the flexibility to cash out and control their use of different rewards programs. Thank you for listening, and we invite you to follow our savings journey at mycoinvest.tech.
So I hope you guys loved that inspirational video, but as a recap, our Vestcoin ecosystem will offer several services such as the Smart Savings Wallet, the Vestcoin Networking and BestClub Marketplace, which we'll get into a little bit later. And the fact that it's all based and built on top of the NEM blockchain is super important to reflect on, because not only are we interrupting traditional financial institutions by facilitating the decentralization of commerce and exchange, it's necessary to provide that fiscal balance I alluded to earlier. Basically, it opens up opportunities for those who didn't think they can make their money work for them, and then by participating in this community, you're able to really establish and meet your financial goals. So with that 24% of millennials that I mentioned earlier that don't have a good fiscal vocabulary or basis, I want to be a part of that 76% that thrives because they were equipped with the knowledge to do so. So let me get off my soapbox and tell you where your currency is stored. That's where the savings wallet comes into play. So in your savings wallet, your currency is stored here in an automated micro savings crypto account, so you're able to withdraw funds at any time. You set short-term savings goals that can be fulfilled in the Vestclub marketplace, and you're also able to exchange with other users. So not only are you able to send and receive tokens, but we'll get into this a little bit later. By building that network, your money continues to grow. And with that growth comes plenty of opportunity. So how do we make your money grow as a platform? You simply just have to live your everyday life. There are no worries about this process because our technology has made it as easy as possible for you to achieve these returns. So this technology is based on things you use every day. Several of the registrants on this call may be familiar with the Bank of America Keep the Change program. So essentially, if you go to the gas station, and if you're a perfectionist like me, you'll try to get it to $20 or $30 right on the dot. So let's use the example of $30. More times than not, I get $30.01. And because I have the Keep the Change program, or in this case, MyCoinvest wallet, 99 cents would go into that wallet. So that 99 cents in your MyCoinvest wallet is called a roundup. These automated roundups are then invested into cryptocurrencies and crypto assets on your behalf. These currencies are then placed on crypto exchanges where loans are issued to crypto traders that would pay them back anywhere between 2 and 30 days, depending on bot calculations. So the repayment on these loans and their interest results in returns and payouts to you, the saver. And this is a super unique model. So with that being said, I open the floor to any questions on how your money grows or how the savings wallet operates. And you can use the chat box in the bottom left-hand corner if you have a question to submit, and I'll read it out loud. Just received a question. How is the loan duration calculated?
Okay. So, hey guys, this is Corey here, the CEO of MyCoinvest. So that's a great question. They asked about how's the duration of the loans calculated. So pretty much it's determined by the market rate. On the other side of every transaction, there's someone actually in real life, wanting to actually borrow the money for a certain period of time. So that's completely determined by the market. But we leverage bots and other software technologies to pretty much take the manual intervention out of it from our perspective, and the programs just kind of run constantly on the server to make sure. So that duration pretty much just varies to answer your question.
All right, Corey, we received another question on roundup limits. Is there a limit to how much you can round up?
Yeah. So no, not at all. So obviously it's we're going to have different saving strategies. So the one that we have by default is the regular roundup strategy, and that just takes any transaction, like you said, the $30.01. The default roundup for that would be 99 cents. But with the platform, you have the flexibility to kind of make incremental deposits based off of your fluctuation of cash. Maybe you have a little that you can spare, and want to tuck to the side. You'll definitely have that freedom to make those deposits as well.
All right, perfect. And then the last question we will take before moving on, are you able to integrate multiple accounts at this time?
So no, not currently. Based just for the simplicity of the user experience, we kind of just want to make sure this one experience with this one account is completely buttoned up and an awesome experience for all users. But in the future, we'll definitely look at multiple wallet supports and the uploading of different public and private keys. So.
Awesome. Corey, that's a great segue into our next section, the VestPal network, because it really is based on this community aspect. The VestPal network is very similar to the NEM POI process, where the more activity you have with other users in your network, the bigger trust you establish within the platform. So the more interactions you have with other users results in higher payouts or bonuses for you. So the key takeaway here is that trust is a result of constant interaction and activity within our platform. This is why with every member you invite to the platform, you earn 1% of the weekly roundups from that member. So this is huge, especially if you create a wide network and play it to your advantage. So the more friends and family members you invite, or random people you meet out and about, the easier it is to pull coins, participate in secure exchanges, and meet your overall savings goals. So any questions about the VestPal network? Again, you can use that chat box in the bottom left-hand corner, and I'll read your question. Corey, we received a question from Paul Patricks. Thanks, Paul, for sending this in. Can you, let me see, it's kind of lagging here. How are the interactions with other users tracked?
That's a perfect question, Paul. So pretty much with us laying our platform directly on top of the NEM blockchain, every user by default gets a wallet address upon registration, and that user interaction is all tracked on top of the NEM blockchain. So pretty much what I mean by that is, let's say I have a friend in China, and I want to send him some money for a birthday. I have money saved up on my savings wallet, so I can convert that to Vestcoin and the market equivalent, and I can just send that currency to him using our platform with our Vestcoin. So that will all be done on top of the NEM blockchain, and of course, as a lot of you may know, with blockchain, it's public. So you can just search using the Explorer, and all that stuff will be easily visible, which will allow us to be able to track those transactions internally. So hope that answers the question, Paul.
Thanks for that, Paul, and thank you, Corey. So now I will pitch it over to our founder and CEO, Corey Patterson, who you've heard speaking earlier, and he will share some additional insight into our peer-to-peer exchange platform, the Vestclub Marketplace.
Perfect. Thank you, Shakur. Okay, so the Vestclub Marketplace. This is something that we are extremely excited about, mainly because it'll be the first NEM-powered peer-to-peer exchange that would allow users to convert rewards points into cryptocurrencies. So pretty much how this value exchange will happen is it'll be peer-to-peer, and if you know anything about peer-to-peer, there's always two sides of the equation. So on the first side, the saver, this is the regular everyday saver. Let's say they're saving for something like a bike, and it costs $100. So now, over the course of 3 months, they have $100 saved up. With our savings on demand platform, users will be able to get this goal and fulfill it directly on our Vestclub exchange. So this slide here kind of shows exactly how that process works. So me as the saver that has $100 for the bike, let's say I want a little discount, 15%. So I take my $100 bid and now move it to $85. I package it on the exchange, and this is all handled automatically for you. So the exchange will take my order. I want to buy it on Amazon, package it up, and place it on the exchange. Now, on the other side of that equation is the redeemer. This is someone that is also in the ecosystem. He probably is a regular saver as well, but he just so happens to have received a $100 gift card from his company. He has everything he wants right now, and he just would like, to convert this Amazon gift card into cash. So on our platform, he can come into our BestClub, select my bike, purchase it for me using his Amazon account, and all this information, will be handled and transferred securely through smart contracts and our bot. So he won't ever see my shipping location or anything, but he will confirm this order, upload this order into our BestClub tracking system via a smart contract, and me as a saver, I am the validator. And once I receive this bike, I will just validate the contract, leaving me, the saver, he just used his Amazon account, 2-day shipping. 2 days later, I'm a happy saver. And him, the other guy, he just converted his Amazon rewards points into Vestcoin. So from the Vestcoin, that's where it kind of gets interesting. With the Vestcoin, you can either convert it back to fiat through us, or you can use the decentralized fashion of the exchange to convert your Vestcoin to another cryptocurrency, let's say Bitcoin or Ethereum or Ripple, whatever you're interested in. So that's how that whole process is handled. But yeah, we're extremely excited about it, and it's all ran on top of the NEM blockchain. So that's it.
Thanks, Corey. I know this is definitely unique to a lot of our users, so now I'll open up the floor for questions on this particular aspect of the presentation. And let me know if you guys have any questions. In the meantime, while we wait for questions on the Vestclub Marketplace, Corey, we did receive a question going back to recruiting. What interest do you gain from second or third level recruits? Say if I recruit a friend and then he recruits a friend, what do I gain from his recruit?
Okay, yeah, that's a great question. So pretty much it's all 1% of the weekly roundups or their activity. So every week the transactions are put through a script and it pulls onto our platform. So let's say you have 20 people in your network. So you receive 1% of whatever their roundups was. And you can kind of look at it as kind of like a network fee. So this network fee is a direct contribution to you, the primary recruiter. And it's just a standard flat 1%. So no matter, if it's second, third, fourth, fifth relation, it doesn't matter.
Awesome. I have a few more questions coming in. Are you able to redeem orders using payment methods other than gift cards?
Yeah, sure. That's a great question as well. So pretty much when you're redeeming orders, it'll be similar to the regular checkout system of any other e-commerce site. So nothing changes for you, the redeemer. You usually shop on Amazon, so the order is actually fulfilled through Amazon. So, my bike is in your cart, and when you're checking out, you'll have all of those options available that e-commerce site enables. So you can pay with your credit card or PayPal or whatever, like I said, that e-commerce site supports.
Awesome. And another question. Any system for dispute resolution within VestPal Marketplace? It will inevitably happen at some point that someone has a problem with an item they receive.
That is a great question. So pretty much for the dispute resolution, like you said, it will inevitably happen, and we've kind of already, thought through this. So each person, they'll have a reputation. So, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but there's a site called Local Bitcoins. And if you've ever used it before, they have a reputation system. So the more you transact, the higher your reputation is. So that's the first, level of, kind of contingency that we go through. And then the second one is, just as a company, like you said, we account for those things. We'll have a great dispute resolution company branch set up that, will handle these cases similar to PayPal. And, we're still trying to, hammer out the exact, dispute rules and how we'll settle that. But like you said, we'll take care of it.
Awesome. I have a couple of other questions, but I will table them until we get towards the end of the presentation just so we can stay on track here. So with that being said, earlier we alluded to the ability to participate in these secure exchanges. So I'll talk briefly about how low risk our system actually is. You are in full control of all of your assets and your life with 24/7 account access, and then you have the inherent security through the blockchain. So not only do you have the complete flexibility to spend, hold, or save your funds however you want to, whatever you want to do with them, there is no way that you can truly be ripped off. We're not bashing banks in the traditional sense. We're just really encouraging a new way reflective of how society is moving forward. So with the built-in blockchain security, you have this built-in freedom and you're completely safe because our vendors are all PCI compliant. So just to reiterate, unless you leave your private key or wallet information around, you should be safe. And as Corey alluded to earlier, this trust will be established through a peer-to-peer graded network reputation. So that covers kind of a lot of the issues that we'll have with any exchange things that might come up. And I will also note that there are networks of nodes continuously verifying these transactions. So unlike a traditional fiat system like a bank, our technology makes it extremely low risk and less prone to security attacks or issues with your accounts being compromised. So I know we talked a lot about our network, but what about the method of exchange? Corey alluded to it earlier as well. So now I'd like to introduce the Vestcoin. It's stylized by our team as CVZ, so you'll see that quite frequently, and that's the primary mechanism of exchange on our platform. Vestcoins are the heartbeat that powers our entire ecosystem and our interactive solutions. There are only 1 billion in circulation, and they are immutable, meaning they will never be created again unless for some reason the government collapses tomorrow, which is unfortunately highly unlikely. But Vestcoin will operate as a conversion point for many of the popular crypto coins that you see listed on this slide here. And it's important to note that we're getting away from the traditional ICO distribution method because we aren't raising funds at all. We're leveraging our community to build utility in our ecosystem in hopes that we can distribute our coins as far globally as possible. So we'll get into this a little later as well, and there are additional resources that you can find on our website as well as our YouTube channel. But you can participate by joining our community and engaging in projects and tasks that build our ecosystem. So you have a vested interest in our community that will eventually result in higher returns for you. So again, the more you network and create your community, the easier it is to obtain our Vestcoins. We want you to be a part of the process, and we want our community to operate as a true democracy. So with that being said, I will move into our Vestcoin tokens. Our Vestcoin tokens are essentially our method of governance. So this allows you to participate in our community on an entirely different level. For those that just like the metrics, 100 Vestcoins are equivalent to 1 Vestcoin token, and you'll be able to make that exchange on our platform. So you can use your coins for voting, helping us out with different funding proposals. An example is a community proposal that we're working on to submit to the NEM community. It's in its final editing stages, but users would be able to essentially exchange coins for these tokens to suggest edits, vote on a regional basis, and more importantly to you all, get quarterly bonuses. So if you own tokens, you receive network fee bonuses. So that's where that fee that Corey mentioned earlier comes into play. That's $1 a month. So these bonuses are distributed from our network fees. So if you want to get involved, you need to be an active member of our community, and we're very active on Telegram and are beefing up our presence on social media accounts. So essentially, if you, I don't know why this slide is so low res, so I apologize, you guys, but any of the accounts, Telegram, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, on our YouTube, and even on LinkedIn, you'll be able to find us. So I will open it up for final questions from everybody, and I really appreciate your attention in helping us make this call really, really efficient. Corey, do you have any final comments before I get into these last questions?
No, I really just appreciate you guys just, coming out and showing interest in the savings solution. We're really excited about it. We love the NEM community, and we feel like we can, really establish NEM as, a global blockchain to be reckoned with. So thank you, guys.
Awesome. So a few questions here. The first, at some point, will we be able to track which investments we're making and how these loans are secured?
So You mean like the loans that happen kind of on the back end and how the interest is generated? Um, if so, then at some point we will enable different kind of indicators. So how it'll work is we'll have a reserve fund set up to the side to just kind of hedge against risk, and also provide a liquidity fund for any user that wants, to withdraw. And we'll have certain indicators and metrics based off of, that liquidity fund, how much is actually being lended out, and, things like that. But that true number that's actually, available, it'll be available soon. So we're definitely working on, how we can provide more visibility there. But, we're still in the kind of beginning testing phases.
Awesome. Thanks, Corey. Another question we had come in, is there a limit on the demands as a saver?
So the demands, I'm presuming you mean by goals. But no, there's no limit on goals. You can set, 3 goals, or, if you're feeling really ambitious, maybe you have 6 or 7. But yeah, there's no limit, and we actually encourage more goal savings and are looking to kind of tailor that user experience around that savings journey. So.
Awesome. And we'll take a couple more questions here. What is the collateral involved for those seeking loans?
So the collateral involved for those seeking loans is the actual digital assets themselves. So, MyCoinvest is an investment company, and like any other investment company, we have to manage the portfolios, and our portfolio will of course do market analysis, and our analysts will, pick the top performing digital assets to get into. But those are the collaterals that are actually being traded in exchange for the margin funding.
All right. Another question, is the Vestclub Marketplace live at this time?
So no, but it is. We do have a mock-up of it You can go to it at bestclub.mycoinvest.tech. You can actually find the link on our website as well. But it's a mock-up right now currently, and it just we actually started developing the Vest Club 2 weeks ago. So we scoped it out, and we started work, and soon, hopefully, we hope by the end of the month, we can start alpha testing. And all the users that are currently alpha testing our mobile solution, they will be prime candidates to be able to test these first interactions and connections between the mobile and exchange. So more to come on that, but good question.
Thank you guys so much for your questions and for your attentiveness on this session. We really appreciate it. And I did receive a comment that we need more information on how the investments are made. So as we continue to develop our platform, we'll release information. So make sure you're paying attention to Vested by MyCoinvest, which is our biweekly newsletter. It drops on all of our social accounts, and it has a true focus in our Telegram account. So that's really the place you need to go if you want to find out what's the latest news with the MyCoinvest team. Could you explain? I'll take this one last question, Corey, just because I think it'll clarify some things for a lot of users.
Sure.
Can you better explain margin trading for those unfamiliar with the process? We went through that a little bit. Could you explain a little bit more about vesting methodology?
Sure, no problem. So pretty much how margin funding works. In traditional banking, you can get a margin loan, and traditionally the exchange itself would issue the margin loan, assuming all the risk. But with the cryptocurrency, the industry is a lot different, which is for the better, and the loans aren't issued directly to the investor by the exchange. It's issued by other peers. So there's a couple major exchanges out there that allow you to do peer-to-peer loan funding. And how it works is there's an investor on the other side looking to hedge his positions, double down on a stake. So he decides to take on a margin loan, which us on the other side, MyCoinvest, is lending our pooled fund together. to allow this investor to double down on his position. So his hopes is for him to buy high and sell low and make double the profit with his margin loan. Whether he, makes a profit or not, the margin funding is covered by the exchange. So the exchange pretty much handles the distribution and the certain maintenance values that an account has to have. Not to get too technical, there's a couple of links that we'll also drop on our Telegram after this as well if you have any questions. But the exchange mainly handles that margin trade, but that's how the overall trade goes. So an investor wants a margin loan, we provide it to them, and over the course of him holding it, they pay us back interest. From there, we push that to our users in the return in the aspect of daily gains.
I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, everyone, but we will stick around for a few minutes if you have any additional questions or want to dive deeper with Corey and the rest of our team.